Hey everyone, welcome to Token2049. I am Toki Busa, and we are joined today by the CEO of Helium, Abhay. How are you doing today, man?
Well, how are you doing today?
Doing pretty good. I'm going to be honest. It is way hotter here than I expected. And I am wearing a beanie, and I've gotten so many weird looks, but my hair is too large.
It's the desert is a strong choice to have a conference.
It is a very strong choice. Now, we're here today, and I'd love to get some really good information about who you are, what Helium is, and what you guys have been doing lately.
Sure.
So let's just dive right into it.
Sure.
Who are you, Abhay?
So I'm Abhay. I run the protocol at Helium. I've been working on Helium since 2020. I started by deploying a hotspot, and then I started working on the protocol as a community member, and then joined the core team, ran the foundation for 2 years, and more recently back to OpCo, and I'm now still doing what I've been doing the whole time, which is running the protocol. Yeah.
I mean, that takes a lot of work and dedication. Running the protocol isn't a small job by any means. How do you handle that day-to-day pressure?
I think it's try to find the product that you're trying to ship and ship that product. It's like focus is all that gets you there, right? Like I kind of jokingly, but like mostly seriously say that I sell free phone plans for a living. Like that's what I do, right? Like, and all of the complexity around the economics and the tokenomics and the protocol and the sort of writing software and all that, like code reviewing, all that stuff, like mostly irrelevant. Like if you really think about it, because at the end, like it doesn't matter unless there's demand.
That's
true. You or me having a SIM card on our phones that says Helium is really, that's the product, right? And so being able to get that to as many people as possible and making sure the economics make that work, right? And sustainable, that's what matters.
And that's impressive. I mean, you guys actually have quite a large network at this point. Your community is rather strong, rather dedicated.
Yep.
Some of them are fanatics,
of course,
to a degree.
As they should be, right?
How did you guys go about building this insane community? I mean, even you, being a community member and rising up to where you are today, how'd you guys do this?
I think the mission has to matter first, right? We know that connectivity is a basic right? And to be able to have the agency to go deploy a hotspot and provide connectivity for yourself and your neighbors is very empowering.
Absolutely.
And it actually being used, and the fact that there's real demand, especially on our mobile network, there's true demand every single day. Hundreds of thousands of phones are connecting to these hotspots. Like, that's awesome to see.
Yes.
And so I think that's how, right? Like, you build a community when there's usage. You build a community when there's like actual activity. The sort of set it and forget it kind of folks will come and go. Like they're great.
Absolutely.
They're also needed in all these communities, but the real dedicated like community members are the ones that are checking every single day whether their hotspot's actually working. How many, like there are folks in our Discord that are like, I only had 1,000 phones connect to my hotspot today. Is that weird? Like yesterday it was 3,000. Oh, it's a weekday. Oh, that's interesting. Does that matter? Like, oh yeah, the coffee shop down the street didn't have as many people. That makes sense.
Ooh.
They're really, really getting into like the day-to-day, and they're trying to understand like, what are they actually doing and how can they be an active participant in the network? Ultimately, like I like to think of decentralization of a network like this to really be like allowing the individual who's deploying a hotspot to be able to sort of do the work to figure out how to make the network better.
So with that in mind, I've talked to several of your community members.
Sure.
I've literally watched them be evangelists for Helium at this point. Literally, my one friend loves to go out and find new companies to work with to deploy Helium nodes. That is an insane thing to me, but he loves it. That sense of community and dedication to getting not only more people connected, but being able to work with local businesses and be able to genuinely work together because now they're sharing the Helium network because they're using it for all their customers that are coming into the business, and the person who's going around to all these different local businesses and setting them up, he's honestly just making this whole area better. Mm-hmm. Like, it's impressive because your community actually cares about their own local community.
Yep,
and that's way larger than I'd say most projects are ever willing to commit to, because that's a lot of genuine dedication.
Yeah, and I think it helped when, I think timing matters with all things.
Absolutely.
Right? Helium started in the depths of the COVID pandemic, where I guess some of us were just trying to look for personal connections with people in our neighborhood. To be honest, we were lonely and we wanted to talk to people around us.
Yes.
Right, in some way. And we all had different ways of, coping and dealing with that.
That's true.
Right? And so, I think it's, I think the timing couldn't have been any more like perfect or lucky, I would say. Right. And obviously, like, you have to have a product that matters, and like all that stuff also has to be true. It's not exclusive.
That's fair. That's fair.
But I think that I like past lives. I worked for a payments company that was all about like enabling more payments to the long tail of merchants, like folks that weren't accepting credit cards, right? And so this is like ultimately like small business owners. They care about their communities, and I see hotspot deployers as effectively small business owners. They're like micro merchants as well, right?
Actually, quite literally, yes. And you're helping people in a way that I'd say is arguably better than a lot of the other projects around right now. Mostly because it does help actual people get connectivity, get connected into not only just the regular internet, but also into Web3.
Sure.
It's a real nice guiding way into how things are going to operate. And if you can understand that system and honestly how simple of a device it is to set up, it's impressive.
Yeah.
Like
or just download a SIM card and use or just use the
That is true. Downloading the SIM card is literally that easy.
Even simpler.
It is that easy. I mean, and think about it. Like, you have Airlo. People love to use Airlo all around the world. If I could just go on Helium and download a quick SIM card and do the same exact thing anywhere in the world, I would totally prefer that.
Message received.
Like, I'm just saying, like, that would be like the most top tier thing, because I would get rid of Airlo. Like that.
Sure. It's Airlo is a great product. I use it as well, especially when traveling. It's awesome, right? No question. And obviously our focus has been on the US with the mobile product, but we are looking for ways that we can expand globally, and it could be interesting, like, to have a travel sim, right? I think a travel sim is actually a really like kind of powerful unlock that allows us to get there sooner. But we also would be interested in doing, something like what we're doing in Mexico with Movistar, right? Like, how do we enable local telco operators to expand their business, to provide better connectivity to their customers using Helium as a model, right? And that's the other way that we're looking at outside of the US.
That's actually impressive. So whenever you're going to these different countries, then what's your initial goal by going to them? Is it just the point of connectivity, or is there more to it in all of this?
We try to ask these local carriers what their problem is ultimately, right? Like, what makes it hard for you to serve your customers? That's what they're trying to solve, because especially outside of the US, your cell phone plan is not a very sticky product. Like, the loyalty is not there as it is in the US. Like, I mean, let's be honest, like, I've had the same, like, I have two SIMs. I've got my Helium mobile SIM as my primary, but I still have my Verizon SIM, and it's been there for 20 years now.
Yeah,
like, it's just too hard to get rid of for whatever reason, and it is what it is, right? Like that kind of loyalty doesn't exist. Like, I have family in India, and they might hop from different phone plans, like, depending on where they are in the country. They like turn on another SIM very easily. Like, this idea of like switching to a secondary SIM for data is normal and like actually like acceptable there. They're so fast at it, like they're on off, like they're super fast. So like it's one of the things that I've learned about like this business is that it's very, very local, and you have to understand the context. Like, it would be hard for us to build Helium here in Dubai, right? The telcos here are state owned, and although they do have trouble getting more connectivity, they also have a tremendous amount of money where they're more than happy to just ship it.
That's fair.
So they're okay with that.
Yeah.
Whereas somewhere like Thailand or the Philippines, it's a lot harder to get. Well, actually, Philippines is a great example. There's so many islands, and to get connectivity on every single island is a really tough thing.
Yes.
And so, what is your distribution model there? Like, that's what they're trying to figure out. How do you get more coverage to that next island that's just a hop away? Like, how do you get backhaul to that next island? These are very local problems, and we have to understand them before we even think about going someplace like this.
That's. For me, to think about the problems at that level and then how you scale from there, that's the real work. Because that's where you have to come up with real solutions to match these worldwide problems. I hadn't even thought about the Philippines as far as connectivity goes, but you're so right. Between all the different islands, especially I've met plenty of Navy guys from my active duty times where they're like, so you have service over here, and nothing.
That's right.
And that's happened more than once on deployment. So that's, for me, I love what Helium is doing because it actually does bring worldwide connectivity. If anything, it just brings humanity closer together. And you're right. COVID was a really tough time for all of us. And now that we're able to get out of there, it feels like maybe Helium can also start to expand. So I love it. I'm really excited for what you guys are doing.
Appreciate that.
Please, man. Is there anything else you guys are coming up with? Anything new in the line, in the pipeline?
I mean, I think we're really excited about AT&T announcement this week, which is great. Like, we were able to finally talk about it. They've been testing the network for a little while now, and now we're able to talk about how their customers are just automatically connected to Helium hotspots wherever they are. And I think that's the sort of magic. Like, I want to be a crypto enablement company, not a crypto company.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I think the enablement of better connectivity that happens to use crypto incentives in the backend, is how we get mass market adoption, right? And like I don't want to explain 12 words to every single person on the street. I just want you to just download a SIM from whatever cell phone plan you have, right? Like, it doesn't have to be Helium Mobile. I'd love for it to be, but it doesn't have to be. And then you just connect to this network that our deployers have built.
I do love that. So beyond this, beyond what we're doing here at Token2049, is there any message that you want to leave? Anything that you just want everyone to know about you, about Helium?
Build coverage.
Okay, I love it. We're here. Let's do it. Build coverage, guys. Thank you, everyone. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Stay untamed with BC Game and make a prediction today and use code Genzio.
Hey, what's up?
But it's not something Genzio is afraid of.
If you want to survive, you got to build a house.
No, we do not understand.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Rebecca's Genzio Media House.
Hotspot, thanks so much for joining us today.